What up, cappers, gamblers, punters? What up, sleuths? What up, mama? What up, sports fans? It's Tuesday, September 5th. Feels like a good day to make a little cash. And also, we are 2 days away from the $25,000 Beat the Bag competition at Sportsbook Review. If you're not signed up, get there now and sign up. It's going to be fucking live. Every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing a live show where we toast the victors and roast the fucking losers. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be very interactive, and there's a lot of money, a lot of bet points up for grabs, and all you got to do is beat the bag. Can you beat the fucking bag? That's all you got to do is beat the bag. It's going to be live. And today's action is no fucking joke, man. This is such an exciting time. We are 48 hours away from the Chiefs at Patriots, Game 1 of the regular season. And tonight, I don't know if you've been studying the card like I have, but my eyes were lighting up. There's so much I like. And tonight, I will be putting more action, more cash on than any other day all year. This will be the most amount of money I've been put on Major League Baseball than any other day all year. Let's get to it. We've got a lot of excitement. So, I have lost 2 days in a row now after a good run last week. I finished the month of August on a roll after the month kicked the shit out of me, started the month of September on a roll, and then things turned south the last 2 days. And you know what else happened the last 2 days? I did not bet on any sleuths. And what have we learned? No sleut, no loot. And I know better. But the WNBA was in its final day, and it's impossible to make smart value bets when the best teams are resting their best players. So I laid off the WNBA at the advice of my WNBA expert, Hugh Madbro, a.k.a. Robinson Yepis, a.k.a. my boy Jorge. And to be honest, I'm not as knowledgeable about women's tennis as I am about other sports, so I made no sleut bets at all the last 2 days. And guess what? I took it in the brown eye, in the bottom mouth. When I was betting the sleuths, I was getting the loot. So now, I have been boning up on my women's tennis. I've been studying the draw for the US Open, and I need my mojo back, so today I'm making a sleut bet on a big quarterfinal match at the US Open. Now, the first thing I need to say about this is that Venus Williams is a dog. I repeat, Venus Williams is a dog. And in my opinion, she is a live dog. She may have half the ass of her sister, and there are no rumors about Drake fucking Venus, but she is a live dog. Venus is a 9th seed, and she's playing Petra Kvitova, the 13th seed, and yet the books have her as a dog, and so do the Sharps. The Sharps like Kvitova because she just took out the 3rd seed, Garbine Muguruza, who is touted as one of the favorites to win this year's Open. And when you take out a favorite, suddenly you become a favorite, even when you're playing a higher seed, apparently. So Kvitova will be feeling the pressure. She is supposed to win, and this is New York City, at night, under the lights. Jay-Z will be there. This is Venus's house. The ruckus New York crowd will be all Venus, and Kvitova will be rattled. Kvitova's career is on the slide, and Venus is in the middle of a resurgence. A renaissance, if you will. Venus is playing for fun these days. She has nothing left to prove, and there's no place she feels more at home than Arthur Ashe Stadium under the lights. She's going to be fired up, and Kvitova will struggle with the pressure and the hostile crowd. Now, Pistol Pete Loshak has his low-hanging fruit. The bag has his low-hanging sleut. And tonight, my low-hanging sleut is Venus Williams over Petra Kvitova at plus 120. Now, if you want to play it safer, the Sharps do like Venus to take a set off Kvitova, and you can get the over 21.5 games at minus 125. The bag is doing both. $100 on Venus to win at plus 120, $100 on over 21.5 games at minus 125. Now, if you've been following me closely lately, you know that the last couple months have been rough. You'll notice that the amount I am betting today doesn't square where my bankroll should be given due to my recent losses, and that is true. So how is it that I'm able to put $1,600 in action today? It's simple, because I want to bet $1,600 today, and my bookie also really wants me to bet $1,600 today, and we work with credit. He and I are the sole deciders, and we are both giving me the green light, so no one else's opinion counts. It's like when I want to bang a really hot sleut who is way out of my league. If she is a hooker, we both want me to fuck her. All right? If she's a hooker, a street hooker in Vegas, I want to fuck her and she wants to rob me. But let's go back to, let's say we are at Hotel Del Rey in San Jose, Costa Rica. We both want me to fuck her, even though she is way out of my league. On the surface, it seems wrong. But in the reality of this world, it's a win-win. And those who think it is wrong can drink sperm and be jealous. All right, I got 8 games that I really like in baseball. 2 of them I like the most. I will be making $100 bets on all 8 games, but then I'll be making $50 parlay bets, all tied to the first game that I like, to the other 6 games, and the second game I like to the other 6 games. All right, Let's go through it. First game I like, Nationals on the road over the Marlins at -185. It's Steven Strasburg versus Odrisamer DePaigny. Strasburg is 11-4 with a 2.90 ERA and a 1.07 WHIP. He beat the Marlins last Wednesday and was absolutely dominant, throwing a complete game 6-hit shutout. In his last 7 starts, he is 2-2 with a 1.35 ERA. He's 14-7 with a 3.26 career ERA versus the Marlins. However, at Marlins Park, he's had a little bit tougher time. 4-5 with a 4.76 ERA in 9 starts. Now, he's been pitching incredibly well. I watched that game he pitched with the Nationals against the Marlins last out. He hit a home run. He was fucking so intense. I really think he's pitching better than I've ever seen him pitching, and I'm very confident in this game. Now, DePaigny is a major league starter. He's been pitching in the minors this year, but I don't know if you remember last year he took a no-hitter into the 8th inning. He's a major league pitcher and who's not been in the majors this year. He's 0-2 with a 4.13 ERA and a 1.41 WHIP. In 5 appearances versus Washington, he's 0-1 with a 6.97 ERA. Since joining the rotation on August 26th, he is 0-1 with a 3.60 ERA. He looked good in AAA this year, going 2-4 with a 2.92 ERA and 1.18 WHIP, but I love Strasburg in this spot to continue the role that he's on. Next game I really like is Astros on the road over the Mariners at -160. It is Justin Verlander versus Ariel Miranda. Verlander will be making his Houston Astros debut. He's had a great year, 10-8, 3.82 ERA, 1.28 WHIP. There was a time when a 3.82 ERA was not very good, but if you see the numbers this year, that is way above average. His velocity is very strong. In his last 10 starts, he's 5-2 with a 2.41 ERA, with 78 strikeouts and 67 in a third. He has a 1.71 ERA in his last 3 starts. In 12 2/3 versus the Mariners this year, he's got a 2.12 ERA, 9 hits, 3 walks, 19 strikeouts in those 12 2/3. And Ariel Miranda is the opposite. Had an okay start, but he's pitching very bad lately. 8-6 with a 4.85 ERA, 1.22 WHIP. Since July 1st, he's 1-2 with a 6.84 ERA. In August, a 7.06 ERA. He gave up 4 homers in 4 2/3 last out versus Baltimore. 0-2 with a 5.70 ERA in 4 starts versus Houston this year. He's allowed a major league leading 35 home runs this year. George Springer is 4 for 13 off of him. All 4 hits are homers. And we know Houston mashes lefties. Second with a 280 average. Second with an 818 OPS. So I like those 2 games the most. I'll be tying them to the other games with $50 parlays after my original $100 on each. The rest of the games I like are Yankees on the road over the Orioles at -125, -125. CC Sabathia versus Jeremy Hellickson. So we got CC Sabathia, the big bottle, going up against a guy who's pitching terribly in Hellickson. Sabathia is 11-5 with a 3.71 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, 2-0 with a 1.89 ERA in 3 games since coming off of a knee injury, because of a knee injury. Last out versus the Red Sox, he was so intense and pitched so well, gave up 1 earned run, 4 hits over 6 innings. In 40 career starts versus Orioles, he's gone 19-10 with a 3.47 ERA. Yanks are playing without Gary Sanchez, who's in the midst of a 3-game suspension. Even without Sanchez, the Yanks' offense is enough to get on top of Hellickson, who looks awful lately. Hellickson's 8-8 with a 5.15 ERA and 1.25 WHIP. He's lost 3 of his last 4 starts. He has an 8.82 ERA over his last 3. Allowed 7 runs, 4 walks, and 7 hits in just 4 2/3 last out versus the Jays. 6.04 ERA in July, 6.55 ERA in August. I don't know why the Orioles picked him up. If you pitch average in the NL East, how are you going to pitch over in the AL East? Poorly. Next game, Cubs on the road over the Pirates, -175. It's Kyle Hendricks versus Stephen Brault. Hendricks is 6-4 with a 3.32 ERA and a 1.24 WHIP. He will be making his 9th start since coming off the DL in late July after recovering from a right-hand tendonitis. 2-1 with a 2.31 ERA since coming off the DL. He looks good. He's allowed 3 runs or less in all of those starts. 3-2 with a 3.31 ERA in 9 career starts versus the Pirates. 1-1 with a 2.45 ERA in 2 starts versus the Pirates this year. Now, I know the Cubs fucked me bad yesterday. I won my first 2 games, my 3-game parlay, and then they lost 12-0. It was $350 on it to win $960, and they fucked me. But I believe in them bouncing back today. They're going up against Stephen Brault, starting for the first time this season. He's looked bad as a reliever this year. 0-0, 5.93 ERA, 1.90 WHIP. Made 7 starts for the Pirates last season, going 0-3 with a 4.86 ERA and a 1.86 WHIP. He's appeared in 6 games with the Pirates this season, going all as a reliever, 13 2/3, but his record is poor. As I said, 5.93 ERA, 1.90 WHIP. But he's been a monster in AAA Indianapolis, where he leads the International League with a 1.94 ERA. He's 10-5 with a 1.07 WHIP. He's faced the Cubs twice this year as a reliever, giving up 7 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned in 3 innings. The Cubs smash lefties. They're 8th in the league with a 271 average, 4th OPS 807, but Baez, who destroys lefties, is day-to-day and may not play today. I like the Cubs in this action. Next game, Royals versus Tigers, over 10 at -105. It's Jason Vargas versus Anibal Sanchez. Vargas is 14-9 with a 3.87 ERA, 1.31 WHIP. He started the season very well, going 12-3 with a 2.62 ERA after the All-Star break, something happened to him. I don't know if he was also at the Hotel Del Rey in San Jose, Costa Rica, and delivering the goods without a condom on, but something has changed. After the All-Star break, he's been getting violated, just like the girls at the Hotel Del Rey. He's gone 2-6 with a 6.80 ERA, 3-5 with a 6.03 ERA and 11 career starts versus Detroit. Now, the Tigers mash lefties, but it's not a lot of truth in these numbers. They're first in batting average at 283, first in OPS 846, but a lot of that was because of J.D. Martinez, now with the D-backs. He was batting .474 off of lefties, 1.661 OPS. That's nuts. Upton now with the Angels, 350 average, 1.165 OPS. Cabrera, who's suspended, can't hit anybody this year but lefties, 330 average, 915 OPS. But McCann, Castellanos, and Kinsler all hit lefties hard. And Sanchez is a fucking bum. 3-3 this year with a 6.95 ERA, 1.60 WHIP. Comes off the DL for this start, but he's getting touched by everyone he opposes. In his rehab start at Single A, he got touched. Allowed 3 runs, 5 hits, and 4 innings. His last major league start in Texas, he only lasted 2 1/3, allowed 4 runs and 5 hits. In August, he allowed 19 runs, 10 homers in 18 innings. Fucking bum. Next is Brewers on the road versus the Reds. The under 9.5 at +100. A lot of the public's action is on the over. I'm taking the under. Zach Davies versus Robert Stevenson. Davies is 16-7 with a 3.85 ERA and a 1.34 WHIP. On the road, he's 8-1 with a 2.13 ERA and opponents are hitting .230 off of him. In his last 13 starts, he's 9-3 with a 2.43 ERA. 2 starts versus the Reds, he's 1-0 with a 2.70 ERA. And Robert Stevenson has got his shit together, man. He's a young fireballer who's pitching well. He's had a rough start to his career. He's 3-4 with a 5.52 ERA, 1.70 WHIP. But he's 3-0 with a 2.22 ERA in 4 starts and 1 relief appearance in August. In those 4 starts, he's allowed 2 runs or fewer in all of them. He struck out 25 in his last 22 1/3. He looks very good. Next game is the Rangers on the road over the Braves at -105. It's Miguel Gonzalez versus Luis Gohara, who's making his MLB debut. Gonzalez looks so good this year. So good with the White Sox. He's making his first start for the Rangers. 7-10 with a 4.31 ERA and a 1.44 WHIP. He's 2-0 with a 1.85 ERA in his last 5 starts. And I think he's a good signing by the Rangers. I think he'll be pitching. I think he'll have better numbers than Darvish through the rest of the year. So Gohara is making his debut. He's a 21-year-old Brazilian lefty. He went from Class A Advanced Florida to AA Mississippi to AAA Gwinnett this year. He produced a 2.62 ERA with 147 Ks over 123 2/3 inning in the minors. The Rangers hit lefties average, 18th with a 248 average and 744 OPS. But I like this. I like this action. I like Miguel Gonzalez. I think he'll be pumped. The Rangers will be pumped. And they are heading in the right direction, and the Braves are heading in the wrong. Now, the final game I'm dropping is the Diamondbacks on the road over the Dodgers at +105. Diamondbacks are going for their 12th straight victory. It's Zach Greinke versus Hyunjin Ryu. Greinke is 16-6 with a 3.08 ERA and a 1.07 WHIP. Will be getting a Cy Young nomination. He's 4-4 with a 4.03 ERA in his career versus the Dodgers. He threw 6 innings of 1-run ball versus the Dodgers on Friday. He's not allowed a home run in 29 innings, and the Diamondbacks are firing on all cylinders, even though they will not have Goldschmidt in the lineup. He is not allowed the homer in 20. He's just pitching very well. I trust Greinke in this situation, and I like the road dog cash on a team that's won 12 straight. Ryu is 5-7 with a 3.71 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. He allowed 6 runs in 4 innings versus Arizona on Wednesday. In his last 9, he's pitched well versus everybody except for the Diamondbacks, going 2-1 with a 2.96 ERA over that span. Since the All-Star break, his fastball's getting destroyed. Opponents are hitting .409 versus fastball since the All-Star break. So that's what I got going on, man, and I'm so fucking excited. So let's go over a quick, get a pen out, man. It's a lot of shit. $100 Venus over Kvitova, +120. $100 on the over 21.5 games in that match. $100 Nats over Marlins, -185. $100 Astros over Mariners, -160. $100 Yankees over Orioles, -125. $100 Cubs over Pirates, -175. $100 Royals versus Tigers over 10, -105. Same $100 on the Brewers versus Reds under 9.5 at +100. $100 Rangers over Braves at -105. $100 D-backs over Dodgers at +105. And then, as I said, I'm adding these $50 parlays. So Nats Yankees +177, Nats Cubs +142, Nats Royals Tigers over +200, Nats Brewers Reds under plus 208. Nats Rangers plus 200. Nats D-backs 215. And then the same with the Astros. Astros Yankees plus 192. Astros Cubs plus 155. Astros Royals Tigers over 10 plus 217. Astros Brewers Reds under plus 225. Astros Rangers plus 217. Astros D-backs plus 233. I'll be putting all this up on my Twitter at Jimmy the Bag, so you can check it all out then. And there, other than that, man, that's my shit, man. Let me know on our forum, our SBR YouTube forum, what you guys got going on today. Let's start the week out fucking right, man. Labor Day is over. Now we make cash. Tuesday, we're 40 hours away from NFL. But mainly, good luck out there, you guys. Let's make some fucking cash. I couldn't be more excited about today. And I hope you guys get fatter pockets and hotter salutes as well. Thank you for watching. Much love. Get that cash out there, man. I'll be cheering for you guys.